Alright guys, so this is the second design that I cut out. The principles are all the same. It's got these little tabs up here that fit into corresponding slots in the rest of the design. The inner supports are slotted to match up with each other. But what I did on this design is I added a little bit of tolerance everywhere. The last one I had to grind and put a lot of man hours into actually getting ready to weld it together and fit it up. So this one I built in 6/100ths of extra width into each one of these on one side, and then I added 6/100ths of depth on this one slot right here, or this set of slots right here, and I kept the depth dead nuts to where we wanted on this set. Also, I made these tabs an 1/8 inch short on each side, so they're shorter than the length of the slot right here. And what that let me do is fit up this whole thing without even chipping it. So I wanted to show you guys, all these pieces are raw cut straight out of the machine, no cleanup or anything, and I want to show you guys in real time how well this thing fits up. Straight out of the machine, still have all the slide on it. There we go, almost halfway there already. And actually I'm going to make this so it reads to the outside. And now these work both ways. The last design, these inner short slats, I offset one of these 1/4 inch so that they only fit one direction. But I fixed that in this design, so it really does work universally either way, and is now impossible to put this thing together wrong. And then here's the last piece, no cleanup. Bam. That's my slack right there, which I don't think it really matters because the slack this way doesn't affect the flatness of this table, because all we need is the bottom of this, or the top of this support down here, to be perfectly straight. And as long as we draw this top up against this perfectly straight support in here, we should end up with a perfectly straight, flat tabletop. So I've got a new way of working that one out and welding this thing together, a new process and procedure that hopefully eliminates the warping that I had and basically the slack in the design where I didn't get tight iron. So I'm going to go ahead and clean these up real quick with a grinder and then start assembling it with a new weld pattern to try and keep this thing from warping on me. Now, this is the next idea I had, is I have these holes here in the middle of the table, even this flat one, and what I'm going to do with these is I'm going to work a bolt through that hole and use this plate to draw these two together. Put this washer on there. So just feed this into the bottom. Put the nut on. You guys know how this works. Yeah, that's a lot better. You guys see that? So I've got a little bit of daylight, so that's pretty good and tight. Definitely tighter than the last one I got. I've also got these big bad mamma jammas here. Like to see what kind of results we can get with this now. Oh, let's see what that did right there. Yeah, I'm not really seeing much light, if any, coming through here now. I'd say that's nice and tight. Right over here, it does walk away a little bit, guys. So I think I'm just going to have to work kind of each cell, each square here, one at a time, and work my way methodically around. I think that's going to be the remedy here. Obviously, if I had a bunch more C-clamps, I could just clamp this whole thing up and get it all nice and tight down together first, but I don't have that many clamps. These clamps over here being so tight down lifted this side up a little bit. So before I flip it over and start tacking, I got some cowboys down here. Whoa, whoa. Sucker got a whole lot heavier. Alright, so when I first tightened this up on there, the whole thing bowed pretty bad, so I welded another piece I had on there just to strengthen it up a little bit in this direction. There we go. That's nice and tight, and it looks pretty close down here. So I'm going to go ahead and flip this over, and I'm going to weld this center one down, and then yeah, I gotta figure out, I need to build one probably that goes this way too. That way I can pull these down and then I can weld these 2 points. So this needs a little bit more thought, but I think this is gonna be a key to other people putting these together, is I need to figure out a good system for some sort of back brace that can ship out with all these that'll help you guys put them together, and probably send this hardware with it too. Weld this center pin right there at least, get that locked in. Yeah, it didn't draw up or anything crazy, so I think that's going to work. And then this is the last one that I don't have welded down. So let's see what's going on here. Okay, so I've got probably roughly a 1/16 right here, but I can see where it's coming from. From here to the outside, this edge lifted up. When I drew this down, let me show you, there's a little bit of space right here on the edges. So you guys see right here how I'm tight on this side, and then all of a sudden it opens up. So this sucked down when I welded it, and it kicked this up, is what I'm guessing. So as soon as we get past this weld right here, it sucks right back down to this inner support and flattens back out again. But if you see right here on the edge, got no daylight coming through. Till I get over here, you can kind of start, see how you can see that light pop, you can see that light popping through over there underneath. So it's about a 1/16, but really the whole thing happens right here on the edge where it dips down into this weld. So I think the remedy for that is going to be, instead of tapering these bottom supports up like this, I'm going to just have to make them flat right here. That way we have something to clamp to on the very outside edge of this and get it pulled down on the other side of this weld, because I really don't like how that's puckering up right there. Especially if it can be fixed with just adding a little bit of material on here and squaring this lower support off so we can grab it with the clamp. But for whatever reason, across this way, I guess it kind of did the same. We got about, it's a 16th tops right here in the middle, over 2 foot this way, and a 16th top space underneath here going this way, which is 3 foot. You know, and this is good enough for the material and the jobs that I work with. 16th over 3 foot. I'm not a machine shop. I'm just a basic metal fabricator. So this is definitely a usable work surface for me. All right, guys. Last step here is to check square. And looking pretty decent this way, but when I flip it over and check it this way, not quite as good. This corner, again, pretty close, about a 16th down here. But this corner over here, see, you have this gap right in there. All right, and here it is flipped over. See now how we got really nice tight iron all the way across here. I think we're really ending up with a work surface that's plus or minus a 16th across this 3 foot surface of the table. And especially once we get these beefed up a little bit and squared off so we can clamp this down together, I think that'll help flatten it out too. Same deal with the maker table as with the maker block that we did earlier. I'm going to give these design files away for free, so anybody that wants one is welcome to cut their own, or eventually I'll be selling these as a kit that you guys can order from me and I'll ship flat. But after doing some more research, I think this 1/4 inch is just too thick to ship. The table is going to cost somewhere around, I don't know, maybe 200-ish, and then shipping for a 1/4 inch table to like LA from Tennessee is I think like 130 bucks. So that puts it at like $330 for a ship finished table of 1/4 inch. And I think with 3/16 material I can get, you know, a good $30 to $40 out of that shipping cost, and also help me a little bit on the raw material cost for the finished product. So I think all around a 3/16 table is going to let us hit a better price point, so more people can really have access to this table. So that's my goal, is to get stuff out to you guys as cheap as possible, and you know, but still make a living for me. But I'm not trying to make $1 million on each one of these. So I have some 3/16 material that I picked up last time I was at my steel supplier. I need to have some time to massage the design files to fit this better, and then I can make another version of this out of 3/16 and weigh it and assemble it and see how flat it is and how everything fits up. So that'll be the next step, will be this same table out of this 3/16 material instead of 1/4 inch.